I've got big crypto news for you. Ripple has launched a CBDC Innovate initiatives to have central banks build CBDCs on the XRP Ledger. Attorney John Deaton goes on Fox Business today, and he further exposes the hypocrisy of Gary Gensler and the SEC. And a Polysign, the crypto custodian with heavy connections to Ripple, they've raised $53 million. And this is happening in the bear market. Shows folks are bullish on the long-term outlook of crypto. Grayscale has partnered with a major Wall Street firm for the push to get their GBTC trust to be converted to a Bitcoin spot ETF. And the head of business development at Citadel Securities is leaving to go work at a crypto company. Let's break it down. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please give me a 5-star rating. Quick word from our sponsor, and that is Virtu, which is democratizing the process of private equity investment. They are allowing accredited investors to be able to invest into crypto companies and tech companies. Previously, this was only available to venture capital firms, hedge funds, and many of us could not get access to this. Well, Virtu is opening the door to that opportunity, guys. And like the institutional investors, you can double dip. You can buy the tokens, which many of you hold, and buy equity in these companies before they IPO. And some of the companies Virtu has in their portfolio include Ripple, BitPay, Dapper Labs, Uphold, Abra, and many more. And they were early participants, as well as the users on the platform at that time, in buying equity in Coinbase before they IPO'd. And as you can imagine, all parties did really well. So there are going to be many more companies that are going to IPO. So this is certainly a big opportunity. Once again, being able to double dip just like the institutional investors. So if you'd like to learn more about Virtu, please check out the link in the description. Heads up, I will be actually doing a webinar with the folks at Virtu to talk about crypto security, how to protect your funds and to plan for the future. And myself and Alex, who is known as Coining203 on Twitter, many of you in the XRP community know him. He's going to be joining me. We're going to be doing that full webinar, so you can certainly register. Link will be in the description. Come by, check it out, and we can chat a bit. Now, here's a quick breakdown of some news items. China state-run newspaper Economic Daily says Bitcoin is heading to zero. Now, when I see headlines and statements like this, it makes me very bullish because I've seen this time and time again. This news is for the masses to fool those who are not well researched, who are not educated about the technology and the asset class. And when I see things like this, it's so outlandish. I remember years ago, there was a guy in China. He was on I think it was a China state-run TV, and he was saying Bitcoin will bring death to us all. And it's just these outlandish statements, right? But that is a tactic they're using to one, not have people adopt crypto, and two, there's folks who use that tactic to keep the prices down or have the prices go down, have people sell so that they can buy at the bottom. And then when the price goes up, they switch their narrative, they flip the script, right? We've seen this time and time again. It's smoke and mirrors. And I hope many of you, if you've been listening to this podcast, watching the channel over the years, I've tried to hammer this home. Do your own research. Don't listen to what the people say on TV. Don't listen to what they say, but watch what they do, guys. So when you see things like this, it just makes me laugh and it makes me bullish. Now, here's a bullish statement from Bank of America. They said that crypto winter has not frozen investor interest in the industry. Of course not. The institutional investors who are educated, who study this thing, they have data analytics and all the trends and things being put together. They know it's blood on the streets. This is the time to buy. And I hope many of you see that as well. Now, obviously, this is not financial or investment advice. You have to make sure that you do a risk assessment and be risk averse. But typically, when we see markets are down, that's the time to buy and then be patient and have the cycles play out from bear to bull. And that's where you can make money. Now, here's some big Ripple news, guys. And this was tweeted out by the Digital Pound Foundation, which is an independent forum supporting the implementation of a well-designed digital pound. So obviously the Bank of England and all these folks are involved. Here's what they tweeted yesterday. The Digital Pound Foundation member Ripple launched their CBDC Innovate, and CBDC stands for Central Bank Digital Currency, challenge to promote the building of applications for financial inclusion, interoperability, and retail CBDCs on the XRP Ledger. Now, we know Ripple is working with many central banks around the world. I've interviewed David Schwartz a few times of Ripple. He's talked about the private ledgers and how these central banks can build their CBDCs on there. We're seeing a lot of pilots happening, a lot of building. So they've launched this Innovate Challenge to try to get more adoption. And I think it's very smart. So here's what the initiative, the details are. It says Ripple CBDC Innovate, build or update a fintech or payment solution that utilizes CBDC and is capable of being run on the XRP Ledger. Winners are invited to a winners only event with a $150K prize pool. That's pretty cool. I think this is smart, and you get more developers and people with bright ideas to come build on the XRP Ledger. You're offering obviously an incentive. So this is pretty cool, guys. And the details they outline here in the post, it says the XRP Ledger was the first blockchain to allow the tokenization of assets, regardless of whether the assets are fiat cryptocurrencies, NFTs, or other forms of tokens. The XRP Ledger's built-in tokenization functionality and built-in decentralized exchange make it ideal for developers to add the decentralized management of tokens to their applications. So I absolutely believe that there's going to be CBDCs built on the XRP Ledger. We've seen time and time again, just the folks at Ripple working with different central banks, meeting with central banks, right? And they have the different things going on with Palau and many others. So very bullish, and it's showing that they are really trying to push this use case in addition to NFTs and other things. But CBDCs are going to be a thing, guys. They're here. I know some of the Bitcoin people and crypto folks are just like, CBDCs are the devil and so forth. Look, I've personally been on record, and I've said it many times in interviews. I worry about our rights being taken away because of CBDCs, but I know it's coming, guys. The digital economy, the digital world is coming. So it's either you adapt to it and you put together plans to work along it. And sure, we want to make sure that our rights and so forth are maintained, but this is the future, and they're going to build on the XRP Ledger. And don't get me wrong, they're going to build on other blockchains like Algorand and so forth. So very bullish news here for XRP. And obviously, the more adoption the XRP Ledger gets, the more value the XRP native token XRP will have, right? It's network effect. And look at what happened with Ethereum, with all the building on top of Ethereum, despite the gas fees, despite the transaction speeds, right? The value trickled down to the Ether token. So don't forget that, guys. This is definitely bullish. Now, I'm not going to play the clip here, but attorney John Deaton went on Fox Business today, and he was with the folks there talking about the Ripple lawsuit, the SEC, and Gary Gensler's hypocrisy about all other crypto tokens outside of Bitcoin are securities. So the pressure is mounting, and I love that he's doing this. I support John Deaton. I've obviously interviewed him many times, and I'm one of these 68,000 XRP holders, which was affected by the SEC lawsuit. So I love this mainstream coverage of what's happening and the building pressure on Gary Gensler to do the right thing. Now, a company by the name of Polysign. I think many of you may know this. I've interviewed Jack McDonald, of course, the CEO. And remember, Polysign pretty much was started and is being operated by a lot of folks in Ripple, like Arthur Brito, who, of course, was the co-founder of Ripple Labs and co-designer of the XRP Ledger. And, of course, David Schwartz, who's still at Ripple. And then you have like a bunch of people from different banks, like Tim Keeney, who's a retired vice chairman of BNY Mellon. So some big names connected to Polysign. And, you can see the language on their website, Silicon Valley meets Wall Street. Polysign's unique crypto fintech team brings together luminaries in digital assets and technology with proven leadership from financial services. So they're providing crypto custody and all types of technology to be able to, for these institutions and Wall Streeters to access crypto funds and liquidity and so forth. So it's certainly not far-fetched to say that Ripple is going to probably use Polysign in some way. We don't have the details, but guys, this is big. Here's the headline. Polysign nets $53 million to improve services for institutions and asset managers. Cowen Digital, Brevin Howard, and GSR among the firms backing the blockchain-focused fintech company. These are institutional names that are backing Polysign, guys. And look at when it's happening. It's not happening in the major bull market, right? It's happening in the bear market where there's a lot of fear. The prices could go down. There are a lot of potential collapses that could happen with Celsius and other folks. We saw Terra Luna collapse. So I just want you to look at this thing holistically and why these people are taking their millions, which they don't want to lose, by the way. They want a return on their investment, and they're putting it into crypto companies. You got to understand their mindset and what they're thinking, right? So this is pretty big, guys. So blockchain infrastructure Polysign has, blockchain infrastructure provider Polysign has raised an additional $53 million as it seeks to eventually offer instant and automatic settlements for a range of crypto assets. Participants included hedge fund Brevin Howard, crypto market maker GSR, and Cowen Digital. The latter business, which financial services firm Cowen launched in March, offers custody solutions via Cowen's partnership with Polysign subsidiary Standard Custody and Trust Company. The capital was primarily used for the acquisition of fund administrator, my goodness, MG Stover, which the firm revealed in April. The purchase of the company, which had $40 billion in digital assets under administration at the time, accelerates the company's product development service enhancements for institutional investors and asset managers, Polysign said in a statement. Very bullish news, guys, that they were able to raise this capital. And once again, they are trying to bridge and the gap between crypto and these institutional players, these Wall Streeters, guys. Very bullish news. Now, speaking of bullish and speaking of Wall Street and crypto, Citadel Securities global head of business development, Jamil Nazarali, is moving to run the new crypto platform it's building with Virtu. Guys, once again, put the context here. It's happening in the bear market. Citadel is a powerhouse. They become very much famous in the whole GameStop short squeeze situation, of course, that happened in 2020. And look at what they're doing. They're building for the crypto market in the bear market because they know we haven't hit full mainstream adoption yet, and there's more money to be made here. And this is a global asset class. So Bloomberg, as usual, wants me to pay to read the details of this article, so I'm not paying them for that. But anyway, so just so you guys know, the firm's head of business development named CEO of the new platform, so he's going to be the CEO. Market maker brings knowledge in traditional finance to crypto. So we're seeing a lot of the traditional FI or TradFi, if you want to call it that, traditional financial guys moving from traditional finance to crypto. So very, very bullish news, guys. And it's just amazing what's happening. And from the details I can see here, it says here he was named Chief Executive Officer of the platform the company is creating with Virtu Financial Incorporated, Charles Schwab Corp, and Fidelity Digital Assets, according to an internal memo seen by Bloomberg. This, once again, bullish news. I know some people are going to be like, dude, you keep saying it's bullish news, but what about the price, man? Well, you got to understand market cycles. We had a big run up last year, well, from 2020 into the late 2021, obviously. And now we're in the bear market. But this is bullish for the future outlook of the market for the next bull market cycle. So definitely context, right? And understanding the macro view. You can't look at just the price. because the price is affected by different things like market cycles, sometimes the news, and right now we're dealing with macroeconomic factors with the Fed, which is punishing all markets right now. So let's move ahead. Grayscale tweeted out the following: "We're proud to share that two of the world's leading ETF market making trading firms, Virtu Financial and Jane Street Group, have agreed to serve as authorized participants for GBTC pending approval from the SEC." It says here, if our application is approved by the SEC, these firms would enable the simultaneous creations and redemptions inherent to an ETF. So big move here by Grayscale. And, guys, July 6th, next Wednesday. I can't wait to see. I know well, let me back up. I think the SEC is going to not approve their Bitcoin spot ETF. But what I'm even more excited about, if the SEC doesn't do that, Grayscale is going to sue the hell out of them. And we saw they've been adding to their legal team, and they're partnering with Wall Streeters. So the pressure is mounting on Gensler, guys. And look, if a Bitcoin ETF is approved, we won't. I don't think we're going to see a run up to 100,000, but I'm sure we're going to see some sort of rally, right? And probably Bitcoin goes out, I don't know, maybe 40, 50,000, maybe, right? It's hard to say because the market conditions with the Fed and everything is really bad. So I wish this happened. I wish the SEC would have approved the Bitcoin spot ETF last year in the bull market. That would have certainly taken Bitcoin to over 100,000. But we'll see, guys. So the fact that Grayscale is doing this is, once again, bullish. Look at who they're partnering with, these major Wall Street firms, further putting pressure on Gary Gensler. Now, speaking of banks and crypto, NYCB, which is New York Community Bank Corp, they will custody USDC, the stablecoin reserves, as part of Circle's Impact's commitment to making the future of money and payments more inclusive. Now, I know some folks are going to say, I don't care about stable coins. I don't care about Circle, blah, blah, blah. But remember, the USDC runs on a lot of the blockchains out there, guys. Stellar, Lumens, you name it, Ethereum, whatever it is, right? So stable coins, obviously, is a tokenization of the dollar on the blockchain and other fiat currencies as well. But I think overall bullish and showing banks are integrating crypto in one way or the other. Finally, eBay filed for several NFT-related trademarks, including NFT exchanges, NFT trading, and issuance of NFTs. You think they're bearish on NFTs and crypto? No, they're bullish. The other day we talked about, all the things that they're doing and acquiring a NFT platform. Now they're trying to file trademarks. See, guys, watch what they do, not what they say. And this is bullish news. So let me know what you guys think of this news. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I will talk to you all later.